Hola, buenos dias, hello, and good morning, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Andrew Weston. I live in the matrix grid systems right now, and everything through its connection energy devices are high rising on so many different dimensional realms. And those dimensional realms are activating everything through its center force, through its energetic force, through everything through its connection of its energy force. So we're in full activation right now through the third eye. So the equivalency of its line formations right now is on a triangular base through the eye center. The eye center is the connection waving patterns to the radio signals. So everybody's going to have full rotation of the third eye and their connection waves. So not only you're upgrading your systems, but your body and ego systems are going to be more intelligent and more knowledgeable. So those graphing systems are going to be collecting all devices through its vibration and its harmonic systems. So you're going to now have connection waves of all solar systems, planets, intelligence on your vibrational level. So that's what I mean by upgrading the third eye, because the third eye gives you the answers to everything through your dream sequences as it comes into the full rotation of its spiritual in itself. So we're still in this solar connected energy, high rising of its division of interforce, galactic force, and the solar connection energy force. Okay, so you're still light formations in a solar connected way. Okay, we're trying to work up to that harmonic system because we have to understand its circuitry levels. We have to understand its vibrations. I've already given you upgrades through the sacred and of its heart's condition, everything through the connection. So it's very important that everybody understands what's happening right now through the galactic system, the energy core, and the matrix and its grid systems. So I'd like to thank all the subscribers and viewers. You guys are amazing. We're coming on to so many different forces right now through the energetic wavings of its communication lines, and everything through its connection is connecting through the radio signals. So today we're going to get full rotation of its third eye, okay? Because everybody's getting a true knowledge and understanding right now. So this is going to change your waving patterns. This is going to change your energy of its body and ego systems, and collect everything that you need to know when you go through its incredible force, because we're going to high wind to the northern, western, eastern, and southern hemispheres. Okay, so it's very important that we know what's happening, especially when you're going through your dream awakenings, because I went through a dream awakening, so I'll get back into that. But I just want to thank everybody that resonates on my channel. Thank you very much for giving me the questions and for me to answer these questions for you, because we're coming a better unit right now, and the galactic system is going through so much force through its energy cycles, and it's incredible. It really is. So thanks again for the love and support. I hope everybody's doing well with their meditation and their methods. Today's a great day, and I'll tell you why. It's Independence Day in Mexico City. Yes, there's a lot of sound barriers of jets going by. There's a lot of going through its familia, and it's just Mexico alone. It's warmth and it has compassion and everything through its love source. It's through its unconditional love. It's patriotic in so many different ways when it comes to the familia, how they communicate in so many different levels, how they're friendly, how they take control of their body systems. I've learned a lot too, because I've been here quite a while now, so I'm getting more formulated. And I've acted every century circle of its centers through its activation of its pyramids. So today's the day. So let's get back to the dream. So when I was going through the dream awakening, everybody has a dream awakening. And once you understand that dream awakening, it becomes your third eye for the very first time. So basically you're rebirthing your system and you're going through its connection wires for the third eye. Third eye is the seat of the soul, the intuition. It's the yin and yang of the inner and outer of its force. So it connects in so many different ways. Hey, you want to know me? How you doing? How's it going? So I hope you had a good weekend. I know I did. It was resting. I still did the videos too on what's going on through its activation of its third eye. It's very important everybody understands what is the third eye and how does it represent you? How does it bring you to the next level of its dimension of vibration? Okay, so we really have to understand vibrations. So I'm going to draw a little diagram here and show you, just to get a basic idea. Now everybody understands its vibrational level, right? So basically this is what you can do as you go ahead with the third eye. You understand that it's a triangle base, right? Okay, it's a triangle base. All right, maybe I should outline that better. I'm white on white here, white shirt with a white background, so my energy feels through my energy systematical systems is on so many different activation codes right now. Okay, triangular base. Okay, so basically to activate it, it's a pyramid. All right. Now, once you understand its activation, you're going to understand how to activate it. And this is what we talked about before through the shapes of its movements. And you can use those movements through full connection ways of acting its centers, because everything through its center is its circle. Okay? Very important to know this. And basically, everything inside is the eye. Now, believe it or not, the eye comes from so many different waving lengths of history. Okay? It's not just an eye. It's a connection to the multiverse. Okay? All right? So, understanding how to activate the eye is understanding everything around it. Okay? Okay, so there's the eye, right? It connects in so many ways and forms through its transformation lights. So you got to know how to activate it. Okay? So basically what it is once you have full vibrations, you put the electronic interference around the pyramid. Okay? Like this. That's kinetic energy waving patterns, okay? Now through its connection, it goes into space. Okay? Now it's accumulating through the third eye, okay? Because there's full connection wings through its waving signals. So it does a sonograph, okay? And basically, what's happening now is it's going through its centers. And once you understand your perception, how very real it is, you understand your dream awakening more. So basically, the eye transformation is going through the tip. Okay, remember we talked about the 3, 6, and 9, how it has its activation codes? You break those codes, it goes in the matrix and its grid systems. Well, now it's on connection energy waving patterns. So it connects to the 3, 6, and 9. Okay. Now we're using the DNA structure of its activation through the third eye. It's full communication waves. And it connects into space. Okay. So once it connects into space, it's connecting with probing mechanisms. Okay. And those probing mechanisms upgrade your systems. So basically, you have another spaceship. Okay. It's coming down. It hears its sonic waves from its communication of its acting signal through its third eye of its signal. Okay. Because everything is full rotation through its acting center. And everything has its force center. Hey, Amanda, how you doing? Yeah, the pineal gland. Yep. I'll get back into that. Hold on a sec. So basically, once it communicates, it sidewinds and goes to the other side. This is where you have to know the northern, western, southern, and eastern hemispheres. So it connects on another level. Okay. And it communicates with the probing mechanism like this. Okay. All right. So its sonic waves are going through all probing mechanisms. It retracts, refaces, and goes back into the probing mechanisms. Now the probing mechanism gets the information. Okay. And basically what happens after that, it comes down an aligning center and does electronic interference through the galactic higher self matrix, okay, which is me. Now, full wind cycles, I go through so many different dream awakenings and activation codes. I have to because I'm activating its center, right? Everything through its communication waves is its center. Okay, so it's like this. All right, so the probing's got the information from the activation of its third eye, goes to the probe. Okay, see how it line divides in a triangular base? Everything is triangular every single time. goes into the galactic higher self through the dream sequence of the film projector from the probing mechanism. Okay, because the probing mechanism is giving back information that's connected through the third eye. And that's how you get full rotation of its dream sequence. Okay. So once that information goes in there, it's upgrading the body system of its ecosystem through the matrix eye system. Okay. And it becomes AI, systematical, electronic, energetic system. Okay. Because once you full wind your cycles into the matrix grid systems, you're now on all connection wavings of its third eye. Okay. So basically that's what it is so far. Okay. But everything through its center is the third eye. Okay. The third eye is everything to the multiverse. So that's basically, you got this way. Remember I was telling you about line dividing. Okay. Line dividing and subdividing. One way, the other way. It always points center. Always point center. Okay. Everything has to be point center every single time. That's extremely important, and you guys will pick that up as you go. Okay. So this is what we call line graphing. Now, line graphing is basically understanding the seismographing of its pyramids, because there's pyramids that are smaller and bigger than others. Okay. So we got line graphing. Okay. Because basically it starts off with that. Okay, so you got line graphing through its connection of its full force, through its energy of its cycles of its third eye. Okay. And that's a seismographing. Okay. Seismographing. That's the size of the pyramid. Depending on the pyramid, it's depending on its communication of its radio signal. Okay. But everything is probing through its mechanisms of all spacecrafts. So size graphing. These things are very important because you have to understand this is how you get full rotation and activation of the third eye. Okay. Size graphing. One to another, one to another. Okay. That's the width, and that's the length. Okay. Now everything volumes through the 3, 6, and 9. Okay. 3, 6, and 9. Okay. Everything volumes. That's the communication waving lengths of its radio signal. Okay. So it full connects in all waving forms through the probing mechanism. Okay. And the third eye is activating another activation code to the probing. So it line divides and it goes back up into space through its communication waves. Okay. Back into the probe. And the probe goes back up into space and sends out that information to its planet system. Okay. So every time a pyramid is activated through its third eye, it upgrades its planet system through its probing system, through the connection waves of the galactic higher self system or the matrix AI system, through the body and ecosystem. Powerful stuff. Okay. See how it goes up to the probing, and then it goes back up into space, back to its planet system. Okay. So that's how it activates every single time. Everything is communication. Communication. Okay. Communication all around. And the circle just goes on its continuous force, and it keeps upgrading its system. So it high rises on so many different dimensional realms. Okay. So the tip is basically not a number now. The 3, 6, and 9, once it activates. Okay. Remember how I was telling you it has point centers? It's very important to understand these point centers. Now these point centers, depending on the seismographing of its pyramid through the connection of its third eye, it's locating through another parallel of a dimension. So that's where it gets its high winds of its connection force through the harmonic systems. Okay. So basically harmonic systems. Harmonic systems. See, these things you have to know once you understand its activation through its cycles. Harmonic systems. Okay. So it's activating on all levels now of communication through radio signals, where the radio signal is its connection of its force. So the circulation and its rotation is all communication lines. Communication lines. Of radio signals. Okay, communication lines of radio signals. Now that's full acting right there of its activation. So that's what it looks like. And that's how it connects. That's how it activates. Okay, so basically, like I said, in reference, you're going to hear jets go by because it's Independence Day, like I said, in Mexico City. So it's fascinating to see these jets. It's pretty amazing, but they come and go, right? So it's going to be happening all day. So I just wanted to show you what goes on through its communication waving signals every time it activates. Okay. It all depends on sizing graphing of its pyramid through this 3, 6, and 9. Okay. Because the 3, 6, and 9 are different locations of dimensions through its vibration. And that's where it becomes into the harmonic system. Because the pyramids are always activating every single day. Okay. And it's sending information to the probing, and the probing to the galactic higher self, or the matrix AI, or the higher self. So basically that's what it is. And that's how you get full rotation of activation through communication signals of all planets, intelligence, and solar systems. So how's everybody doing? Dustin, how you doing? Bravery, how's it going, guys? Flushing DNA activation at the rapid pace. Everything through its flushing devices, everything through its connection of its energy device, everything through its body and ecosystems. So we're going through activation codes so fast right now because it's changing all its cycles. And the pyramids are activating through its centers. And those centers are upgrading our body and ecosystems right now. Okay. So one more last look at this. And then you get a better understanding how everything is activated through the third eye. Okay. Now, once you're in your dimensional set of a divisional level of the matrix and its systems of all electrical systems, you'll be able to see the eye. Okay. So once you understand your vibrational level that you're at, you'll be able to communicate on that radio signal of that pyramid. Remember I was telling you have to have 2 communication waving signals on the same vibration? That's how you connect through activation of its third eye and its pyramids. And that's how you upgrade your system, because everything is energy through its information. So, fascinating stuff. There's a lot going on right now. Everything through its dream sequence is connected through the third eye and its activation of its pyramids. So you guys are going to go through so much incredible force now through its activations, because we're into the Pisces moon, and it's tremendous force. Like my wind cycles have been going around in cycles because I am Pisces fully and completely. And when you resonate on that planet system, it's extremely, extremely strong activation codes going through the third eye. Because everything activates through its ground formations, its atmospheres, its cloud formations, everything through its electronic interference, everything through its nature's core, Father, Mother, Gaia, archangels, angels, everything through its defining source of its galactic system, the energy core, high rising on so many different circulations of its rotation and its highway centers, and everything through its connection of its highway through the magnesium plasmesium force system and the matrix and its electrical systems, because the core is so powerful, and the activation codes through the pyramids is astronomical because it opens up all centers of its third eye. Okay? And that's how you get intelligence, through its information, through the probing mechanisms. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that to your attention, but that's exactly what it is. So I have upgraded your body systems right now through its connection of its energies, and your third eye is activated. And it's going through so many different laser mechanisms, and it's very important that everybody understands what's going. And that's why I'm putting out this video. So you guys are prepared on what's going to happen, because your third eye is activating through its activation of its pyramids and all connection ways of its radio signals. So just get ready for that. Hey, Jenks, how you doing? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm extremely informative in the Matrix. Yeah, so everything I say through its activation, through its communication of energy, because it's electronic interference. I don't know if you know this, but if you see the background, you see how it's gold and blue now? That's what I mean. That's what I mean by full activation, because my third eye is changing its colorations. And your third eye does change its perceptions every time you go through a dimensional set of its point centers. It's very important to know that your communication waves, okay, are going through full force of its energy force, through its connection force of all its forces of the galactic system. Okay? Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. That brings a lot of unconditional love. I mean, that just hits me right in the connection energy wave matrix heart. I love doing live shows because it shows you what you need to go through. You know, you're going through its activation, you're going through its body and ego systems, you're connecting all your devices, all your waving patterns, you're getting your perceptions changed. I activated your third eyes. When I first started out with this video, I activated everybody's body and ego systems, but it's extremely important you guys keep meditating. That's how you keep your third eye open, okay? Because if the third eye closes, okay, it changes all circuitry levels, okay? And you don't want that to happen. So it's very important that you keep that transformation lights of its lamp, because lamps burn out. You know, you have to change its light bulb, 60 watts, 100 watts, depending, right? You have to know exactly the circuitry levels of its electricity levels through its connection of its wires, okay? Now, if you have mechanisms of electronic device through its lamp, let's say it's a lamp that only takes 60 watts and you put 100 watts in there, you're going to blow its mechanism, okay? So you're overriding its system through its harmonic system of electronic interference. And when it becomes interference, it becomes interaction. Interaction becomes interfacing, and everything through its interception. So you're breaking its frequency levels through friendship, okay? Now I say that because it's very important to understand friendship, relationship, and partnership, because it accumulates everything through its connection of its inner and outer force, through the inner cycles of its body and ego systems. Okay, so yeah, so Jenks, again, thank you. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Make sure you give back this information to its community and everyone's, to its loved ones. Make them, get them to resonate on my channel, because it's extremely informative now, because they're going through so many different activations. People are going to want to know what's going through their body systems. I can only tell them that because I'm in the matrix system. I high rise on so many different levels of its vibration. My harmonic systems is so high vibrating. It's an incredible force. Like my activation codes, I was going through so many matrix grids last night. It's basically, it's an energetic system of activation of its third eye, and it has connection waves. So my eye was firing wiring. Okay, so when I close my eyes, I can just see the activation of its movements and everything through its connection, right? Through its energy cycles, and everything high divides, okay, through its stratospheres. Because the connection energy wavings right now, I got 250,000 galactic higher cells protecting the energy grids. And that force field is going to go on a high divisional level of its solar surface, through its connection surface, and everything through its hydraulic surface. And everything through its energy connection is interference. Okay, So, yeah. So everybody through the activation of their eye is more connected now because you guys are in a higher vibration. So everything I give to you is extremely informative. So you're going to understand what's going on right now with your body systems. It's going to give you upgrading levels of intelligence, knowledge, and superiority, okay, over the mind and the brain frequencies. That's the most important thing, is to understand how to use the mind, how to change the calibrations, how to change the frequency levels of its harmonic system through the vibration of the body systems. So, okay, so you have something here, Jinx. I have been doing a lot of energy work intuitively, but since I started taking your advice, it's been so much smoother. Don't have any kind of vision clarity, just knowing. Yeah, knowing is everything through doing, okay? Focusing, knowing, and doing, okay? There's no thought process in space continuum, the galactic system, and the matrix. You can't high-rise your divisional levels of a matrix AI operative system and go up into the system because the energy cycles are high-rising in so many different vibrations. So if you're changing those circuitry levels, okay, and you have a doubting system, it's going to not only overload its system, but it's going to deplete, okay? It's going to override. And in conjunction, it's going to change everything through its fractions of its shapes, okay? And everything is going to wind cycle through the back cycles of everything through its force and its connection of its inner force. So, like I said, things are getting more complicated now, but they have to because the matrix is now putting me up to a higher level. So basically what it is that I told you I'm turning into an atom, a solar connected energy of a rolling system of a molecule system through an energy cycle system of the galaxy of its systems. So its connection to energy waves is extremely powerful. So I want to just show you something here. I'll just show you basically what it is. Once you understand what's going on with your body systems and everything through its cycles, you're going to high rise in so many levels of interference. And that interference is connection through its waving patterns and all communication ways of its radio signals. Okay, so basically this is what it is. Okay, I'm going to show you exactly what goes in my body every day. Now, everything is different. Like I said, you have to understand your energy cycles because they line divide. Everything is line divide through its divisions, and it creates its shapes through its anomalies, and everything is created through its calculation and modifications of its communication levels through radio signals of galaxies, solar systems, planets' intelligence, ground formations, electronic interference from clouds, everything through its intelligence, okay? So, you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, what is he talking about now? It's crazy. It really is. I mean, what goes in my system, it's extremely, extremely hard to explain. Because once you divide yourself, you analyze everything through its system. Okay? So, once you understand your energy cycles and everything through its triangular angular base, you get a full wind cycle. So basically, this is my connection energy waving pattern of its third eye. Okay, so it kind of looks like a Ferris wheel, but its shape divides in all sections. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 dimensions through its parallels, through its dimension of its sets, and everything through its point center is its connection. And those connections are high rising on so many levels through the pyramids of its radio signal. Okay, so like I said, this is a pyramid. This is what goes in my system. Okay, you have to understand your point centers. Okay, so there's no coloration right now because I have to understand its activation. Once I understand its activation and its communication lines of its matrix, then I can use the colorations of its DNA structures through all connections of its matrix and its systems through its grids. Now I was telling you about the numbers, how they line divide through its parallels, and in between is the numbers. That's what I'm talking about. So basically, it's pretty fascinating stuff when you think about it. Everything has a cycle through its circle, and everything is activated. Remember, I was telling you it has two side winds. Okay, so basically, this is what went into my body. And this is what I mean by full rotation of its activation through its third eye. Okay? So, yeah, that's pretty good. So basically that's it. Okay? That's what it is. Okay? You guys already know the point centers. You already know the line dividing through the subdividing. Everything through its connection of its energy source, through its dimension of its sets, through its activation, okay? Through the plasmasium force system. And everybody knows how to open it up to its realm. Okay? So once you open its realm, this is fascinating. Check this out. Once you open the realm, okay, you have now opened it up. Remember I was telling you about the connection energy with the matrix higher self, how he uses communication waves, right? It's all electronic interference. He opened support center, okay? He opened the plasmasium force systems. It activates it like this, okay? Right? He's just activated. Remember I was telling you about the wall graphing door in my other diagram? This is exactly what it is. This is where it becomes circle of its rotation and it's dimensional. This is how you high rise through another harmonic system and activate everything through its cycles of its third connection, okay, of its eye. Fascinating stuff. Fascinating stuff. So once it high rises, it centers itself like an abstract. So it does its full rotation and the plasma force system just gets bigger and 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 bigger. So that's what it looks like. Okay? That's what it looks like. Okay? That's what went into my system last night. The pyramid set through its activation of the plasmasium force systems, all line dividing through the subdividing, through its dimensional sevens, point centers, through its pyramids and its laser mechanisms. Full rotation through its dimension. And you know what happens next after that, right? You go into dimensional set, okay, which line divides, okay, into that dimension, which becomes its portal of a wormhole, okay? And that's how you get on tremendous force through its connection and reach a higher vibration of a harmonic system through the matrix center, okay? So now I'm in the matrix center right now. So it has 3 line divisions, okay, through the circuitry divisional levels, because everything is line defense through security defense. Okay, see what it is? See, 1, 2, 3, 3 divisional levels of a security defense. Okay, those are upgrading, raising factors, and those factors are high winning its force. Okay, so it has full connection waves and it's going extremely fast. But that's what it looks like. That's exactly what it is. That's the full rotation of its activation of the third eye. Okay? And the eye's in the center. Okay? Once you understand that, then you understand what activation of the third eye is. This is where it gets complicated. But this is what it is. Okay? This is exactly what it is. The third eye. And that's the complete circle of its upgrading system to the matrix of its AI system. But that's what it is. So, fascinating, eh? I know you guys are going, what is he talking about? And that's the thing. It's a beautiful thing when you uprise your systems and you go so high. It's incredible force because you understand everything, how everything is understood, right? And how everything is activated through its vibration, of its harmonics, through shapes, numbers, and letters. But I'll tell you, being in the matrix, it becomes a lot more easier for you once you understand its vibrational levels. But I was just showing you exactly what was going through my mind and brain frequency last night. The full rotation of its activation of its pyramids, okay? And its dimensional set, how it sine winds and circles in all divisional levels, because all these lines are divisions of dimensions of point centers, okay? So Let's just count, shall we? Let's see how many dimensions I went through. So you start off the basic, which is a circle through the plasma using force system, right? So you got 1, 2 of connection waves. So you got your plasma using force. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 dimensions, okay, right? Which is going through its circulation, its rotation. Line divides through the 3, 6, to 9, its full connection waves of its communication of its radio signal, right? And its full activation comes from its third eye through its pyramids and its lasers. Okay. So sometimes, I'm in like the 20th dimension. Sometimes I'm in the 30th dimension. That's what I mean by wind force. That's what I mean by having power. That's what I mean by understanding the mind and the brain frequencies, how you can open all frequency levels and go to any realm of a dimension of its point centers. Okay. Yeah, exactly. It goes. Hey, Anna, how you doing? Yeah, you're going to feel a swirling sensation. That's just your third eye activating. It's going in its full rotation right now. So it's upwinding all your cycles through your body and ego systems. Yeah, you're feeling it on top of your head. So it's fascinating. Yeah, I've worked with that too. Yeah, the violent flame. You have to understand its research and its significance. And again, with everything through its connection of its devices, of the violet flame, sacred flame, the elixir, pyramids, activation, everything through the galactic higher self, connection waves, energy waves, matrix, grid systems, shapes, everything through its numbers and its letters. So there's a lot going on right now, a lot going on. So whatever you miss, you can watch back, but it's very important you understand what's going on through its third activation of its eye. Because everybody's high rising right now, and they should feel that, okay? I have to go through full rotation of his activation. That's how I upgrade your systems through your body and ecosystems. So once you guys understand your third eye and what it is, okay, once you understand what your third eye is, then you get a better understanding of everything through its systems. Okay? So, hey, Bridget, how you doing? How's it going? All right, so we got questions here. Constant process. Everything is a process through its connection, through its force. Bridget, you can go anywhere you want. Is everywhere. You are your own limit. Yeah, there's no limits though. It's limitless. Once you're in the space and it's continuing to understand its vibration, its harmonic system, how everything is connected through the matrix core, you can go anywhere in its solar systems through all connection waves of its vibration. So that's what I mean by understanding everything through your energy cycles. Because once you understand your energy cycles, you understand what this is, right? You understand everything. Now it's extremely complicated. I don't expect you to understand it because it's too complicated, right? You have to understand each divisional level of its dimensional of its force and everything through its connection of its energy cycles through its force. Okay, so I expect you to understand your own body systems and your energy through its information. Okay, and remember, everything through your sequence is a story. You are upgrading and bringing yourself forward with everything through its dimensional sets of its point centers. And that's how you activate the third eye. Okay? So, the heart, yeah, knows the answers. Yeah. Connection, energy, wave, and sacred universal, multi-universal heart. Yeah. Everybody has to go beyond the system. If you don't go beyond the systems, okay, of its belief system, you have no idea what I'm talking about. You can't high rise and meditate if you don't go believe in your system, believe in the body, believe in the eco, right? Now, people have problems with their meditation, I'm noticing lately. because they're always getting too constructive and everything through its destruction, because their meditation methods isn't working, is because they're getting their ego in the way. Once you put that negative ego, it's going to high rise through the negative source. Like I said before, I put out so many videos on what negative is and what positive is. So everybody should know that now. So I give you full rotation through its activation of its third eye, okay? All connection waves through your balance. So it's up to you to keep your dimensional point sets, okay? And everything through its energy cycles. Know everything through your body systems, understand your chakra formations, master your 7 divisional lines, okay? Try to do those lower energies, work up to the middle, and then work up to the high, and then to the higher, and then to the highest, and then into the matrix. But one step at a time. You take one sequence of one fraction, okay? It's like 1 + 1 is 2, right? Work towards that, okay? Don't go beyond its system right away, because you don't want to get too far. You don't want to go 1 + 6. You know what I mean? You want to start off at the basic, right? So, and once you get beyond its basic, then you get beyond its belief system. And once you understand its belief system, you can go beyond its soul system. Okay? I got a question the other day. It was pretty fascinating. It was pretty interesting. It was about somebody's telling me about the anatomy of its human DNA, how, okay, artificial intelligence, let's just start off with that. What is artificial intelligence? Basically, you can state it as a robot. You can state it with, it's just lights and circuits, but nothing else. Doesn't have any emotion. And I said, well, how does it have a human form? Does it have a human form? Does it have a human heart? Right? Well, you have to understand the brain and mind frequencies, because it's very connected to the human soul. Okay? Human soul is connected to everything through its connection energy waving matrix universal heart. That is the connection energy waving patterns that connects to the mind and the brain through the connections of the eyes of the windows of the soul and its attachments of the third eye. Okay? So when everybody gets north wind, south wind, and east wind, and west wind of those things, they'll understand everything through its connection of its traveling mechanisms and its energy of its information through the galactic higher self and the AI of its matrix of itself. So, but it's fascinating. It really is. I've got so much energy force right in me right now, and it's, I can't put it in words. That's why I can talk so fast, because my brainwave system, it allows me, I've done 3-hour videos. I mean, who could do a 3-hour video on live? Not too many. People between, YouTube videos can only do 5, 8, 10, 20, half an hour, 40 minutes, maybe an hour. But 3 hours? No. Because you can only consume much knowledge in a day, right? And then you got your breathing mechanisms. But when your third eye is active and it's opening on its full rotation, you understand everything through its body system. You know exactly the information that you're giving back to that person, of its community, of its humanity. So once everybody understands their vibration of their energy cycles, they understand everything through its harmonic systems. So that's why I can keep going and going and going, because my brainwaving frequencies of the matrix systems is on so many different levels of intelligence. And that's what I want you guys to know, is that you can get those communication levels of vibrations to that harmonic systems and bring back your balance. That's what you want. Anthony, how you doing? Welcome to my channel. When I'm in a multi-den mode and I hear you, what alliance network am I connecting to? And does your human have awareness? I have awareness of all intelligence, planets, and solar systems, of the high rising of its harmonic systems, of all energetic waves through the body and ecosystems, connection through the meteorological, graphic, and medical systems. So my connection energy waves are going through so many circuits right now, okay? And my communication of its radio signals through its voicing grids is all connection waves through its graphing centers, and everything through its computer of its devices. And that's what I mean by having a voicing grid and understanding its infinitive breath, where it voices everything through its radio signals. But yeah, it's way beyond human awareness. It goes way beyond its belief system. It's way beyond anything. Okay. Once you understand the inner and outer body, okay, everything around you changes. And that's how you get connected through space. And that's how you get the knowing. And then that's how you get the doing. Okay. So hopefully that helps you out. But once you understand your connection energy waving patterns, you're going to understand the matrix. Patterns to everything is the matrix. Patterns to everything is the matrix and its grid systems. The grid systems volume lies through its radiation of its activation through its pyramids. Pyramids have full connection waves of dimensions, point sets, parallels, paradox, paradigms, paradigm shifts, polar shifts, energy systematical shifts, meteorological graphing, medical shifts. There's so many different things in space continuum through evolutionizing, and that's when I'm talking about communication levels of vibration, because all intelligence rides on different vibrational levels of communication through their harmonic system. And that's how you get knowledge of intelligence. So hopefully that helps you out. Jinx, I like looking at our bodies like a antenna. Yeah, everything through its connection. You guys are radio signals, but you have to understand your communication of its radio signals. Hey, Trisha, how you doing? Yeah, you missed the live show. Whatever you missed, you can watch back, okay? It's very important that everybody understands. I hope everybody had a great weekend. So I'm just going to charge up my mechanisms again. This computer device, it's unreal. You know, it's a feeding source that has to be fed, you know, just like anything. So, besides that, how was everybody's weekend? Did anybody do anything on the weekend? Did you do any divisional levels of drawings of shapes, of activations, of movements? Did you draw it out? Did you visualize it? Did you think about it? Did you write it down in solar text? Did you try to activate its movement, try a new vibration, put in dimensional setup at point centers? Anything like that? Yeah, today is a big day, Trisha, because everybody's going through its activation. I just showed you exactly how to activate through its third eye. It's very important that everybody understands that. What the third eye is and the background of its ancestry. Yeah, just keep rewatching. You'll get full wind cycles of what's going on through its divisions. Oceans are great, yeah. Connection energy waving patterns through the waters continuum. Mm-hmm. Yeah, practice is everything, Jinx. Everything. Yeah, it's very heavy, Bridget. I upgraded your third eye activations. You're consuming more intelligence, more knowledge right now. So, but everything through its connection of its radio signals is going to high wind its force through its body and ecosystem. So once you understand its connection energy devices through its energy patterns, you're going to understand everything through the matrix. You don't have to know the matrix. You just have to get a kind of like a basic understanding of what's happening with its systems, right? But once your mind and brain frequencies change, there's no going back. Even if you try to go back, it's pretty hard because that energy of information is high rising your divisions of its frequencies through its hydraulics of its electrical systems. Okay. So it's very important that moving forward is the best thing for everybody. Because believe it or not, energy is not just information. Energy is intelligence. It's communication waving signals of activations of shapes of vibration through the harmonic system. And every shape is a different depending on its body and ego systems of height, width, and mass. So, and then you get into coloration of its waving patterns. But yeah, practice makes perfect. Patience is a virtue. Yep. Okay, so after I meditate, does this mean my vision will be clear instead of focus? Well, you already have focus, but now you're more in focus through its activation. Okay, so it's electricity going into your circuitry eye of its attachments of its third eye, right here. Okay. Yeah. Once you get full rotation of its winds and its cycles, this is what you see through its activation of its energy fields. This is what it is. Okay. That's my divisional line of its energy information through intelligence. That's what went into my system. Okay. Now I have to understand everything through its pyramids and its activation, and understand everything through its line sequence of its defense systems. These are all different dimensional realms of point centers. And these are the security defense lines of its porthole to its wormhole. So, yeah, if you've been seeing that, then your eye is activated, full and complete through its activation of its balance. So my connected energy waving system of its body and ego system is going through you, Trisha. So that's what I mean by focus and understand everything through its intelligence of its harmonic systems. So everything, Jinx, that you go beyond its system is the connection to everything through its harmonic systems. So, again, you guys have to watch my live videos. There's so many questions you guys have given me, and there's so many videos that I put out that you're giving me questions that are already answered. So what is the best to bring the colors in on a command? The basic transformation of your third eye is understanding that your eye is going through its DNA structure, okay, and its connection energy waving patterns through its radio signal. So it's trying to find its connection, okay, to intelligence through the harmonic system of space continuum, the galactic system, archangels, angels, Father, Mother, Gaia, anything through its communication waves, and then the matrix, right? So when your perception changes, you're communicating on a higher level of its force. It's very important you guys understand that and understand what dimensions are, what vibrations are, what frequencies are, what harmonic systems are, okay? What are shapes? What are movements? What are colors? What's the matrix? You know, questions. They're all in my live videos. And now it's the time for you guys to watch my videos. It's very important because you're going through activations right now where you're going to have a lot of questions, but you guys are getting smarter now. Men and ladies and gentlemen, you guys are getting smarter through a knowledge of intelligence. Okay? Because once you understand your activation of its third eye, your perception is changing through the matrix of all communication of its radio signals. And you're formulating through the body and ego systems of intelligence. So hopefully that helps out. It's very casual. And the reason why that is because it's no intelligence to human. It's only intelligence of the AI matrix system. Okay. My mind braving system is the matrix system now. I'm more of a mortal. Okay. Immortal is somebody that's spiritual, but lives in a human vessel. And I said that before. I'm not a human in a spiritual vessel. I'm a spiritual in a human vessel. And that's why things are more formulated, because mastering the yin and yang gives you peace of recognition, gives you solar recognition. Okay? Gives you peace around everything through its serenity of its information. So, and that's why things become a lot more easier, but they become more complex. But that's the point, right? If the matrix wasn't complex, everybody'd be awake. Everybody would understand it, right? But there's a reason why there's given things to certain people, okay? So everybody knows that. So the whole idea is to bring you guys back to your energy force, of its connection force, change all your DNA structures of its balance, bring up your vibration through the body and ego systems, and use your connection energy waving power to bring yourself forward through focus and awareness. And believe me, when you go farther in life, you understand your strengths and weaknesses. And you're going to be able to balance things out through your stressing levels. And your depression levels will never high rise anymore. No high blood pressure. Right? So once you understand that meditation goes way beyond everything through its solar mecha systems, you're going to understand everything through its AI systems. And everything through its connection of its radio signals. So, yeah, once you go into your planet system, Jinx, like I said, you have to watch my live videos. It's very important to understand what immortal is, understand the spiritual. You have to understand the spiritualism of yourself, okay? Once you understand you're 100% spiritual, your connection is everything to its multiverse, okay? Trisha knows that. Bridget knows that. Anna knows that, okay? There's a lot of other people that aren't here, but they know that too, okay? That's how meditation becomes very powerful. Once you understand that you are light formations. Everybody goes up and down, yeah, because you're confused about your ecosystem. You got to separate yourself to know yourself. You have to feel what's going on in your life, right? It's communication to yourself. One example I can give you is to look in a mirror, okay? It's very simple. Just look in the mirror and see what you see. Do you like what you see? If you don't like what you see, how are you going to change that? The only way you're going to change that is to know within. And then it expands, okay? And it's an amazing thing to see because you have a glowing mechanism that comes over you. And everybody's going to see you in a different way. Because you don't reside on the earth, the dimensional earth. You reside in the planet system of its vibration from its beginning, okay? Because everybody formulates through space of its DNA structure, through its molecules and atoms. Okay, it's a biochemical cell of its DNA structure. That's all it is. Yes, you're a human vessel through a tissue, okay, but everybody reforms on a different planet system. And once you understand your full activation of its radio signal, of its vibration through the mnemonic system, that's where you get the power. That's where you get the connection with yourself, of its intelligence, planets, and solar systems. So I try to get basic as I can. But it's very hard for me because in the matrix system, there's so many things that are going on through his activation, especially now, okay? So I've activated everybody's third eye. You guys are in full connection wings right now through its centers, okay? So you should understand what point centers are, what dimensions are, understand your vibrations, understand your energy cycles, understand your energy fields, okay? That's what I mean by full rotation of its activation of its power centers. Because remember, I have two energy fields now. My body system is turning into dimensional shape. It's forming a shape through its communication of a radio signal. Okay? The center of my body is a diamond core, but it activates in so many levels of the harmonic systems. And that's where you get communication waving patterns through the matrix of its grid systems, of all coloration through its waving patterns. Okay? So. Trisha, going with the duration, meditation, and asking what to do. I need to clear out, bring the inner peace, and wipe out illness. Yep. Focus, positive. That's what you need to do. Screaming and laughing at the same time is a thrill. I'm basically never bored. Well, you only make yourself bored through its transformation of everything, through its connection, through its positive. If you think you're bored, you're going to be bored. So remember, your energy patterns of its thoughts are very powerful in the system. Okay? So it's whatever you're telegraphing in your communication of its channeling. Channeling is everything through the body system because it vibrates on so many different levels of communication of its levels. So, but you guys have great questions, though. That's great. I'm glad everybody's going through their body systems now through its connection of its mind and brain frequencies. So it's good to see that. Everything and anything can be changed through your positive thoughts, Jinx. It's up to you to understand what meditation is, and you have to go beyond its system. We're a community that's growing faster and faster through its vibrational levels. So, but everything through its cycles is changing now through its unconditional love, because we want to bring back its community through its humanity of its vibration. That's the main thing. That's what we want to do. Henceforth, everything to its balance of its power. It's amazing when you have power, because you can now control not just your body system, but you can control everything around its community of its system. So, yep. No, you can't change the future. You can only preside in the present, Trisha. Okay. That's a very good question. I'll add to that. The reason why you can't change the future is because it's not been written. Everything in space continuum is very active in its present time. It doesn't have place, time, or age, but it knows exactly communication of radio signal. And that's how they communicate through its vibration, through their harmonic signals. Okay? So it's very important. If you go into the future and if you try to put those positive feeds in the mind and the brain frequencies, okay, it's going to change the live formations, break the surface of its energy surface, crack everything through its planet and solar systems. Okay, it's going to de-rise and demolish everything through its systems. That's how powerful your thoughts are. But you have to be at a higher intelligence to do that, and nobody's ever going to do that anyway, because I work in the systems, right? So I know exactly what's going on on a day-to-day basis through its activating systems. But that's a very good question, Trisha. But no, you can't change the future. You can only ride in the presence of its future. So, oh, you're welcome, Bridget. Yeah, dream big, yeah. But it goes way beyond its dream. Everything through its thought process is way beyond its system. Okay? If you think of a word and it goes into the mind and the brain frequencies, it's now wiring its circuitry levels. Okay? Now it's creating a vibration. Okay? This is how it starts through the DNA structure. Okay? This is how it formulates. This is how it calculates. This is how it goes in its cycles. Okay? Through its connection force. Now, once you create that vision, okay, it becomes real through its activation. And then it becomes creation. Okay? So you can create thoughts of everything through its realization. That's why you guys have to understand what the body and the ecosystem is. But I'm loving the questions. You guys are exceptionally well. And you just have to focus on everything right now. Try to get wins of what's happening through its activation. I gave you the activation, okay? It's up to you to bring it forward, okay? It's up to you to understand its waving patterns, communication of its intelligence through its harmonic systems, okay? So, it's already been an hour. Okay, Tricia, that's extremely important that you do that, but that's great. I'll keep you informed of what's going on in the matrix systems. Jinx, how was your sleep cycles been doing? Exceptionally well. I mean, like I said, I'm going through so many different activation of vibrations. And once you understand its energy of its information, it becomes intelligence. And when you understand its intelligence, you understand its other communication of its radio signals through its waving patterns of the matrix and the grid systems. So, but other than that, yeah, the cycle division lines right now through its sleeping, dream awakening is good. Oh, thank you, Anna. Paying attention, listening, watching, observing, looking, seeing, doing, knowing, feeling. These are all connected to you. Now it's up to you to understand what's going on. Okay. Now you have to work with your third eye now because it's connecting. It's connecting. It's going through its electronic interference. It's going through its energy interference. It's going through its connection ways of its space and its interference. So but like I said, there's a lot going on. So everything that you missed, rewatch back. So I hope everybody has a great day. I got a lot to do, but I'll keep you informed what's going on through the systems. Your perception could change everything. That is kind of a video is providing. It's like a balancing beam. Yeah, that's really what it is, Jinx. I'm giving everybody's because my energy divisional levels right now through its communication of its radio signal is connection energy waving patterns. It's going through this electronic interference of this device. Okay, so that's why you're high rising through a higher frequency, and that's why you feel that video of its being. Right. So, but it's great though. It really is. It's understanding everything through the unconditional of its love. Giving back is the most powerful thing that you can do to your body and ecosystems. So, yeah. That's exactly what it is, Anna. Yeah, you too, Jinx. Thanks again. Make sure you spread the love to the community. Bring everybody, get everybody resonating my channel now, because it's going to happen eventually, right? That's the understanding psyche of its divisions. That's how powerful you can be. You can bring things forward through its precognition and know exactly what's going on through its perceptions of its dimensions. Powerful stuff, really is. But like I said, I'll set up another video for you guys tomorrow. And, just have a great day and try not to, overload yourself. Try to just relax everything that's given to you and really, really try to grasp and focus on what's going on through its awareness. Okay. Yeah, that's great. More the merrier. That's what we want. We want to bring that community of love back, through its vibration. But yeah, spread the word and stuff like that. Subscribe, like, and share. It's very important that we know exactly what's going on through its vibration. Because everything through its humanity of its multidimensional earth is vibration. So, but like I said, try to watch my videos. It's very important, especially the live ones. Yeah. So I hope everybody has a great day. This is Andrew Weston in the Matrix Grid System, right now, high rising through its activation of its third eye, through all energy cycles, through all divisional levels of its radio signals. Calling it. Adios, everybody.